Good evening, everybody. How's it going? It's me, Comic Crack, and another video this week. Holy shit. It's not Sunday. This can only mean one thing. I got some shit in here. Let me just make sure I have the right microphone set up. Yes, I do. I have it. I'm going off my laptop after the last stream, going off the phone on StreamYard, and how much of a pain in the ass that is. Looking on my laptop here, so I should be able to read the comments better. If anybody even shows up, it's 6:45. Maybe it's a bit early for people. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I've got the mic in a bit of a strange spot. So Lone Star Comics came in today. The first time in a few times, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, where I didn't have to pay anything to get the package. So that was a bonus. Maybe they're taking pity on me after trying to fuck me over on pipe tobacco. So I'm not sure what happened. I ain't going to jinx it. I appreciate it. It came DHL, which I don't know if that's a different way than it's come in the past. I don't really remember, to be honest, but I didn't get hit at the border this time. And I feel like that's the first time in a couple of years that I haven't got hit. So Lone Star kind of is an annual thing. Lone Star is kind of an annual thing for me, and on their website, you can see your history, so you can actually see how much you've spent over the years, and actually when the first time was that you bought from them. My history with Lone Star online goes back to 2017 when I was looking at that. A hell of a lot of stuff. Sorry, I'm kind of futzing as I'm doing stuff here. Quite a history of going to them. Great website. I know that we all know about it. Colin has said to me a few times that it's my fault that he's a Lone Star junkie these days, or my comic shop junkie, and I take full responsibility for that. So a few cool looking things in this, actually. We're going to start off with this one, Kent Williams drawings and monotypes. This is, I know Kent Williams from, let's just see the credits here. I know him from, this will be difficult doing both of these. Blood, A Tale from James DeMatteis. Meltdown, I think. Tell Me Dark and War Prayer Paintings. Don't know either of those. They're both works in progress at the time that this was published. The big thing for me on this one was Tundra Publishing. Sorry, maybe the lighting isn't the best in here today. So a bit of a, not quite oversized. They packed it in like a treasury-sized bag and board, I guess, to make sure that it was really nice and protected. This is in gorgeous condition. Tundra, I would love, I don't think it's ever going to happen, but I would love to get all the Tundra stuff. Yeah, that lighting sucks here. Let me try something. Hold on one sec. Let's see if that helps us a little more there. How does that look? A little better? I don't know if it's ever going to happen, but I would love to get my hands on everything Tundra published. I don't know how easy or practical that's going to be, but it is a dream. Like a few companies, I just feel like there's more quality than there isn't from some of these publishers, and Tundra is one of those. Yeah, sorry. This is really not a good setup here. I should have just gone traditional. Should have just gone Sunday wrap style with this one and shown you the stuff. But anyway, we'll struggle through this. So I'm looking forward to having a look through this. On kind of first glance, it looks pretty cool. Nice looking book. So sweet, man. And I think that's part of the beauty with Lone Star. I always have a wish list going, like I know a lot of us do, and they just have such an enormous catalog, and there's so many things listed on there that there's always something to discover, and there's always something to help you fill in the gaps. and especially when it comes to like oddball, off the beaten path type of comics. I've had so much luck there over the years. This one will just deal with the glare, but this is one of my favorite series, Sanctuary. This is part 3 or book number 3. I think there might have been 7 different parts, I think, when Viz did this. 1994, it says on the sticker on the front. So this now completes book number 3 for me. So that's issue 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The first couple I have, I guess, 1, 2, and 3 are the ones that I already have. I feel like for the past couple of years, this has been reading, and it's slowly working itself into a tradition. I have managed to pick up a few of these from Lone Star. Thankfully, I've managed to also find a bunch locally, which is great. But I'm a huge fan of this series. I'm so looking forward to digging into this volume. I'll talk about it on the stream one Sunday. But if you don't know Sanctuary, man, it's a hell of a book. Maybe I'll try to put those up there somewhere. Is this crazy? Is that crazy enough to work? Yeah, that's crazy enough to work. And another one, which we'll open some of these up. We won't open all of them up, but some I will kind of crack open to show you. This is book 2 of Turtle Soup. This completes the Turtle Soup run for me. A couple of reasons why this is on the list. Obviously, because it's Turtles first and foremost. Added bonus of having some Rick McCallum in this one as well, too. Let's look at the credits page. These are really fun books. They always have a lot of great creators in it. So Mark Martin, Dave Garcia, Michael Dooney, Don Simpson, and then Anderson and McCallum are at the back there, page 28. We'll just have a look through. Looks great. So glad to have all these. They're not as easy to find. The last 2 issues that I was looking for. Shout out to 420 for passing one off to me. By the way, I stopped a 420 video to kind of go live. Check out 420's latest video where he's talking about kind of 25. Was it 25 or 50 pickups? His favorite books of the year. His favorite pickups of the year. Awesome. I'm just over halfway through it, and it's really fucking great. I'm glad to see that. I love like his haul videos and stuff, but I love seeing kind of videos from people where they talk about kind of this favorite, whether it's pickups, favorite reads. 420 is the guy who also reads. He's not just a guy who's grabbing the books just to have them. He's also reading the stuff. So it's a super cool video. So make sure that you check him out. I imagine you know him. If you know this channel, you know 420. He's also a Winnipegger. Here we go with some McCallum, Anderson, and Laird even. Raphael Snapper. Pretty bold colors on this one, that's for sure. I wonder if this is... Laird is listed there, so maybe he was doing the coloring. Because I know on the previous... I think it was in the previous one, it was Woodring's wife who was coloring for them. So cool. That's pretty awesome. Always nice to get some more McCallum and, of course, get some more Turtles. Another one. This one completes the comic mini-series. Why are you freaking out there, bro? Don't freak out. There's something to focus on. Take it easy. I have the collected of this as well, too. Fuck, dude. I'm not having much luck with these setups. I think this will be the last time you see me set up like this. Fuck this. I'm just going to go back to the old style. So anyway, this is Sandman the Dream Hunters, Neil Gaiman and P. Craig Russell. I love this mini-series. I think it's really strong work. I think when I first kind of discovered this and was reading it, it was during his Norse mythology, P. Craig Russell's Norse mythology stuff. And this one kind of has a very similar feeling, the style of story. Beautiful fucking art. So now I've got all the single issues. I've also got the collected, like the trade paperback of it, which is a bonus. I won't be letting that go either. One of my favorite reads, for sure. as I come up to like an anniversary, I don't know. I sometimes toy with the idea of it might be cool to go back through some of the lists that I've made and maybe do look back on like a 5-year chunk of time to see if there's any sort of reads that still stand out to me. And I would say that one would make that list for sure. Dude, so excited about these ones. These 2 books were the reason I placed the order. This is Night of the Living Dead, first series, issue number 3. I guess I didn't remember how thick these damn things were. That's a thick sucker. So fucking excited about this. This is a amazing issue, or amazing series rather. And it's specifically because of Carlos Castro. So this is 1992. I think it's just a retelling of the movie. Carlos really comes into his own with the London series, but I really like his art in this. Oh, look at this. Speak of the devil. 420, you just missed me saying nice things about you. I promise I won't do it again. So fucking good, man. I'm so excited to have this. I think, do I only need 1 more issue from this run now, I think? Pretty sure I do, but stellar fucking stuff. And then we'll have a look through London as well. So this one completes the London. So I think it went, there was like a prelude, which I have. Then there was Night of the Living Dead. Then there was a single issue Aftermath. And then they did this London series. And then that's it. Castro was off the book, and the series obviously continued with other creators. But this is the stuff that I would say, if you find it and it costs you $8 instead of $2, spend the $8. Honestly, if you like what you're seeing here, this London 2-issue series I think is a phenomenal read as well as visually. So yeah, I'm so excited about those ones. That, like I said, those were the reasons I pulled the trigger on this order. 1 more issue to go. It's one of those, that's maybe one of those books where I would love to focus this year on maybe trying to hunt down a couple of these books that might end up costing me a little bit more than I'd be willing to pay. But maybe this year is the year where I try to close some holes on some of these miniseries. And now on to the rest of them. Like I said, we'll stop and look at some of these. We won't look at all of them. I've been on a reviewing my 1986 books recently, and there's a few that I wanted to make sure that I added to the collection. This is Hand Shadows, issue number 1. I have issue number 2. There was a guy actually in issue number 2. His name's I'm gonna blank on it right now, but I reached out to him. I often, if it's an artist that really catches my eye, I often will kind of hunt them down online, and some of them I'll reach out to with maybe the thought of, I don't know, maybe they're still around doing comics, and even if they're not, maybe they want to talk, because I would love to get some of these guys down in some interviews for Canon, or even for the own channel and things. So there was a guy, and like I said, I can't remember his name right now, from issue number 2. None of the names jumped out at me in issue at the beginning of this one. This looks like photocopied everybody's art here. Fantastic. A much different look than issue number 2. Still beautiful 86 art in here though, so excellent. I don't remember if I finished that thought, so we'll pretend that I did. And continuing on that, in that vein, this is number 3 and number 4. This is, I think it was just a 4-issue miniseries. This is issue number 3 and 4 of Coda. I think it's issue number 1 that I have. It's a good read, that first issue. I enjoyed it. So again, something I'd like to try to finish off. Some of this stuff, though, it's not that it's really necessarily like the price or the cost of them is what's keeping me away from finishing them. It's just they're goddamn tough to find. I mean, look at that shit. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that piece of art? Nothing, I tells you, nothing. So yeah, this should be fun. I've started reading a few of the issues actually from the 50-cent and dollar bin 204 haul that I showed the other night too. And those have been fantastic to dig into. So love this kind of stuff. Look at this. They're just milking that pose there. There you go. So that's Coda. Probably just keep these here. Let's put it there. And another one from, it says 86. I thought it was actually 85. I thought maybe it was kind of the tail end of 85. There's no such thing as Monsters issue number 2. I think maybe this gets them all for me. Another guy who I reached out to quite a while ago, and he was around and he was interested in talking, and we kind of lost contact. So I'm going to try to get in touch with him again. I think when I was looking him up, he might have also worked on Pee-wee's Playhouse for a bit. I'm not sure in what capacity. I don't know if it was like, props or sets or something like that. I don't quite remember, but I would love to talk to him though, because this is a fun little book. Stephen Holman is his name right there. So he is around. I think he was still doing art as well too. That was what it was from that Hand Shadows there. That artist, he was still doing art. He was doing kind of, he was working for a trading card company. And I don't remember if it was like, it wasn't one of the big names, I don't think. Maybe he was doing like art cards for Magic cards or something like that. But he was still doing art, which was great to see. And obviously just seeing that progression. And he was a bit surprised when I contacted him about Hand Shadows. It's like, holy shit, man, I haven't thought about that forever. What am I pulling out of the bag here? Oh, yes. So I think this one was a Colin Blanchett recommendation. I'm pretty sure it was. This is the T-Bird Chronicles. I just heard today mention Kaz and one of the Panders work on Pee-wee's Playhouse set design. Oh, okay. A YouTuber mentioned it. Oh, sweet. Meltdown at Silvertown, premiere issue number 1. No idea what I'm going to find in here, but I'm sure it's going to be glorious. Yeah, October 1986. I'm sure that this is a Colin Blanchett recommendation, so shout out to Colin. Colin has a first video out from a new channel. Shit, I can't remember. Something dropped or something like that. They're going to be looking, him and Carl Stevens, they're going to be looking at every single issue of Cerebus, I think one issue at a time. The first video is about an hour, so they really go in depth on it. If I remember, I'll try to put the link in the comments here so you can go and check it out. But there you go. So that looks pretty fun. T-Bird Chronicles. Kind of excited about this one too. 3 more issues of this started, I think, in 1984 and went, I don't know how many years, but this is Whispers and Shadows, an anthology, an 80s anthology from, was it Oceanic Comics? Is that what that OC was? Oasis Comics. Issue 7, 6, and what was this one? Issue 4. So we'll just have a little peek through this. Yeah, the few issues that I have stood out to me. I think the first, this 1985 for this one. One or two of them were kind of an oversized as well, like more like a golden age kind of size. And I just remember really digging the ones that I already have. So very curious to see what else is in the rest of this. I mean, it's pretty good looking stuff, man. Yeah, I think we've talked about it before, that kind of fine line of that rough looseness to where they could be a pro, but they're not quite there. There really is a fine line between those two. Let's look at some covers too. That's a great cover. Whispers and Shadows, number 6. And then Whispers and Shadows, number 7. So let's pop this one open and have a look at this one too. Another great cover. Our future, people. That's our future. Oh, hey, look at this. Wraparound cover. Badoom. Who's controlling the robots? I tell you, who? It's the man. Of course it is. It's the corporate fat cats. No year over here. Capital City, Glenwood Diamond, Alternate Realities, Crown Comics. No Sticks, no Sticks Comics distribution, which is probably why I can't find them around town, these ones. Ooh, right out of the bat. They don't bury the lead. They don't bury the lead. You get robots right out of the bat. Now you have been terminated. Amazing. Oh, man. This looks like a fucking great issue. This looks like a real solid one. These ones may hit the top of the pile. And I'll give these a read tonight, maybe. Ken Landgraf, John Jacobs, and Willie Pepper's paid advertisement. Tammy's Lessons. Another paid advertisement later that night. Oh, so maybe it's a 3-pager from them. Oh, I see. Okay. Paid advertisement for 3 pages. So like a little preview, I guess, a preview of their book as opposed to a 1-page advertisement. Amazing. Fucking amazing, dude. Really, really cool. That's excellent. Looking at that cover may as well be looking out a window. Yeah, bro. I feel you. I feel you. That car garage coloring was right on. What else do we got? This one was based solely on the cover. I think this one has been on my wish list for a long fucking time. And based on that right there. So this is Dracula the Impaler, number 1 from Comax. 1991 date on there. Fucking stellar. So here's where we all wait with bated breath to see will the cover. Let's play will the cover match the insides. I got to make a banner for that. Place your bets. What do we think? Do we think it's going to be exactly the same? Do we think it's going to be a mile different? Let's find out together. Ain't too fucking bad, actually. That ain't too bad. Oh, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, no, I like the looks of that. Thank God. Dracula, the Time Lord. Great, man. Dracula the Impaler. Nice. Yet another one to fill in some gaps. Sig looks familiar. Maybe Butch. Let's have a look. I think you might be right. Let's have a close look here. Yeah, you got it. Look at that. 420 is on the case. Another 80s. I think this was 86. The 39 Screams. I think this completes the run for me. This is issues number 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this completes it all. So there's some standout stuff in 39 Screams. Let me pull up a sheet here while you look at that cover. Give me one sec. It'll be in this folder. So let me point you at Shock Therapy, 39 Screams. Let me point you at 39 Screams issue number 4 and issue number 5. So there's a pinup by Mr. Verlin is the artist. There's an artist, Daryl Brown, who does the story Fashion Victims. And then there's inside back cover. There's a part of a story by Eric Robert McRae and Daryl Brown. So that's part 2 in issue number 4. So part 1 will be in issue number 3. And then also issue number 5, more Daryl Brown art and Mr. Verlin art. So those are the 2 names that kind of jump out at me from other issues of 39 Screams. So I'm hoping that they make appearances in here too. Again, if I didn't say it already, it's an anthology, black and white indie anthology that is very much worth your time. One of those kind of, I mean, I hesitate to use the word gems, but just it has that kind of uniqueness. Oh yeah, so here we go. This is 1986, and I think they're Baltimore. Yeah, Baltimore, Maryland is where this is out of. So issue number 3 here. One of those very much a Harry Nordlinger kind of style. Nordlinger, by the way, I follow him on Instagram. He's got a new zine out. He was doing, he works at a theater. He's a projectionist, and he did some posters for some of the movies that were coming through. He's put together a little zine collecting some of those. So I ordered from him the other day to make sure that I get, make sure that I don't miss out. Yeah, nice, man. So here we go. Yeah, inside back cover. Story and art by Eric Robert McRae. Yeah, so there you go. So there's a nice taste of that. Let's see. Let's open up issue number 1, shall we? To see. So bit of a thicker one. Oh, dude, come on. Coming next issue, the legend continues. You've never met anyone like Arnie. Killer. That's fantastic. So there's the cover. And let's have a look. Yeah, 1986. Ooh, a bit heavier paper on this one. Bob Kathman. Not a name I recognize from the issues I have. Doesn't look bad, though. Yeah, they put some money into this one. This is much different paper quality. Even the cover stock feels a little more. Stephen Blinkenstaff, The Alcoholic and the Doll. That's a great piece there, actually. Yeah, this is going to be some good reading here. I think this will be fun. And then The Age of Superheroes. Superheroes. Who gives a shit about superheroes? Am I right? That was the other thing I loved about 420's. Yeah, so much black ink video. He starts it off talking about, we're going to start this first one off with some superhero books. And then there was one superhero book. I got a kick out of that. These last 2, I'm very excited about. I don't know anything about. I hadn't heard of either of them before. But seeing who was involved with them seemed like a no-brainer. So this first one is issue number 8 of a book called Scratches. Comics Progressive. How you doing? Oh, sweet. Donald Rex. Let me put that up there. Donald Rex. Yeah, Charlton Romance, of course. Amazing. I'm hoping that you'll do a video and show them off there. That'll be great. So some Wolverton kind of love in here. I don't know if there's Wolverton in this as well. Possibly. But there's a whole bunch of other people in here. Do they have a credits contents page? Doesn't look like it. Ray Waters. Indie underground kind of anthology that, like I said, I've never heard of. Was Karol Moisevich involved in this too, possibly? Maybe Kaz. Speaking of Kaz, I think there might be some Kaz in here somewhere, if I remember right. They had the credits on Bob Lewis, 1986. Bob Lewis. They had the credits on Lone Star, but I can't remember who they labeled. So yeah, I dig this. Sloan. Oh, R.K. Sloan. Cool. Looks good. 90s independent, before 90s independent was a thing. So sort of bridging that underground to mainstream. Yeah, I mean, this is Moisevich, isn't it? Some excerpts from the CIA War Manual for Rebels, Nicaragua. I'm pretty sure that's who that is. It's got to be. I must be saying the name correctly. Al Simmons. Looks like Trailer Trash there, if you know that book. This looks great. Some good looking stuff there. Beautiful. And last but not least, we talked about it, Gary Usher. Did you get any of the Black and White books from the Lone Star Dollar Bin? I got Hoodoo by Fleener for $1. Dude, that's amazing. Honestly, I didn't look through the Dollar Bin on there. I really, really should. That's a good score. Hoodoo, I did get Hoodoo from Lone Star. It definitely wasn't $1, though. They noticed Lone Star doesn't deliver dusty pages, even with old undergrounds. I got to learn some of those tricks. Yeah. Yeah, no, the quality of the books that they have is pretty high for the most part. I don't think I've ever been disappointed. So shout out to Dan Elson. We're on the same brainwave. Another one that's been on my wish list for a long time. And it just never pops up. I guess it did pop up at one time just recently, and Dan Elson jumped on it. But this one is mine. This is The Adventures of the Mad Hunda Day, and it was solely based on that art. I know nothing about this book, but that art sold me. Double page spread, no less. So there you go. Soak that in. It's fucking ridiculous. Very excited about this one. Come on. What is wrong with that? I tell you, if anybody can see anything wrong with this cartooning, I defy you to tell me that Batman's got something on this. Defy you. Bring it on. We'll have a master debater session about it. Looks wild, ridiculous, idiotic. Absolute fucking genius, in other words. Amazing. I'm glad to finally have my hands on this. So great. This one cost me a little bit more than I normally pay for books on Lone Star, but honestly, it's been sitting there staring at me for so long. And it's one when I'm kind of going through my when I'm finally going through my wish list every once in a while, I always end up stopping to look at this cover and imagine what the book looks like on the inside. So super exciting to see that one. School of Bridgman or Howarth. Yeah, there's some of that, but I would say his name's going to escape me. The underground cartoonist that most people hate, who did like Uncle Scam or something. What else has he done? Not Smile, but anyway, his name will come to me at some point. But there's an underground cartoonist. It really reminds me of his style, and he's not an underground cartoonist that many people really like. I happen to really dig his stuff. I'm sure it'll come to me as soon as I hit end on the stream. That's it, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out for half an hour to look at some Lone Star books. Nice to see you all. And like I said, go check out 420's video, and go check out Colin Blanchette's new videos about, or single video right now, looking at Cerebus. Take it easy, everybody, and we'll talk to you later.